How's your relationship with your child? When you woke up this morning and your child woke up, were you guys in a good spot? Feeling good about one another? Feeling loving? Did you get a hug? Say, I love you? You know, was there smiles? Was there joy? Because if there's not, then you got to do something different about that. And there's something you can do about it. Because relationship is the single most important thing in the world. In fact, relationship is what makes all the difference. In just a minute, I'm going to tell you how to bring that relationship back into your home with your child, how to bring that joy and how to bring that love back into your own life with your child, and maybe not just with your child, maybe even with your spouse, your partner. You know, I'm going to tell you how you can do that, but in just a minute. Right now I want to introduce you to someone. Hey, Kevin! Give me just a minute. I'm going to introduce you to someone. Come here. Have a seat. This is Kevin. This is my very ornery 19-year-old. Say hi to the camera.
Hello.
Where are your glasses?
Alright.
Okay. Alright. See ya.
Peace.
Now, I brought Kevin in here because he's my only child that's home at the moment. Because he's 19 and he's not in school. 7-year-old's in school, 16-year-old's in school. But what you need to understand about that is that my 19-year-old has come a long ways, and I am extremely proud of him. And he and I have come a long ways in our relationship, and it was not always easy. He's not always had the easiest life. And it's not always easy having a relationship with him, but we have... I actually couldn't have any more loving of a relationship with him than what I have. In fact, just an hour ago he unloaded the dishwashing machine because I asked him to. And he'll pretty much do whatever I asked him to, and he's pretty much in good spirits most of the time. And there's a reason for that, because when he came to live with my wife and I, he didn't come with, you could say, the greatest reputation. He's known for running away a lot and had a lot of past stuff gone on in his life, and I'm not going to go all into that. But what I have to share with you is the knowledge and understanding that I've utilized to create a loving relationship with my 19-year-old son. And he's been my son for the last 3 years. And it has not been an easy journey, but we're way over the hill now. And this understanding comes through a lot of what I teach. It's a love-based parenting model. It's an understanding of trauma. It's an understanding of relationship. It's an understanding about myself and my own reactions. We were moving not long ago, and there was one kind of tense situation, and he was playing his video game or whatever, and I told him, come on, and that, you know, he just kept sitting there, and you know, I was kind of stressed, and I was trying to get things done. And so I waited, and I was breathing, because breathing is so very important. And my wife looked at me and she said, "You are so not Bill Post." And Bill Post was my father. And at first I didn't know exactly what she meant, but then I realized what she meant is that had that been my dad and he said, "Come on," and I didn't move, he probably would have went upside my head. That's just, he was old school. And the thing about that is that that's not going to make my relationship with Kevin any better. And so by understanding that about myself, he eventually came in and we got through moving, and he helped me move the whole time. We had a good time. But there's another thing I want you to know. He may be 19. Come here. But emotionally, come on. Emotionally, he's not 19. See, I just bought him a bike. Now, most of you would think, oh, yeah, I just bought my 19-year-old a bike. What kind of bike? That's an interesting bike. You know, it's maybe a racing bike, a big mountain bike. Maybe it's a motorcycle I'm talking about. But I just made my son the happiest kid in the world. When I bought him this bike, check it out. It's a chopper bike. It's a stingray bike. It's a West Coast chopper. You know, it's a cool bike. But he's 19. All right, this is a 19-year-old. He loves this bike. Now let me tell you what's important about that. emotionally, come on back in, it's windy out. Emotionally, he is not 19. Come on, camera person. He's 12. See, I get that. And a lot of parents don't get that. And that's probably something you really need to get about your child, is that they may be one chronological age, but a completely different emotional age. And if you don't understand that, if you can't grasp that, if you can't embrace it, guess what? They're going to do a lot of button pushing. You've heard that term before, pushing your button. Well, guess what? For the first time ever, I'm going to tell you where that button is at. That button, we all have one. It is right here inside your brain, right at about this point. You know that little knot, that little smart knot that we all have? Like right under that knot, there's a little part of your brain called the amygdala. Every time your child pushes your button, actually what they're doing is turning on your amygdala, your stress response system, your fear response system. And guess what that does? That turns off your relationship system. Every time your button is pushed and you become stressed out, your ability to be in a relationship with your child gets shut off. So what I want to do is I want to give you an opportunity in a 2-day period of time to learn more about relationship, to shift yourself out of fear and into relationship and into love in a place of understanding, in a place of mindfulness, so you can create a relationship with your child like the relationship that I have with my child. I want to be able to help you accomplish that in 2 days. Now, I might not be able to completely make your relationship better, but in a 2-day period of time, I can help you know more about yourself and about your child and your relationship with your child than you have known in 7 years, and I'll guarantee it. You can come for the entire 2 day. It's called a post-attachment parenting camp. You can come for the entire 2 days. And if at the end of that 2 days you don't know more about your child, you don't know more about yourself and what it's going to take to build relationship and love in your relationship with your child, if you don't know that by the end of that 2 days, then I'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. I've got 2 camps coming up. I've got one coming up April, I think it's April 14th and 15th, or it's April 15th and 16th. It's a Friday and a Saturday. It's going to be happening in La Crosse, Wisconsin. It's going to be taught by one of my lead instructors, Kimberly Erickson Nichols. It's La Crosse, Wisconsin. And then I've got a second one coming up in Raleigh, North Carolina, May 13th through the 14th. I'm going to be leading that camp. However, here's what I want you to understand. The more times you attend camp, actually the better. Because the more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about your child, the more breakthroughs you have, you know, it just gets bigger, 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 bigger. However, I'm not going to be in La Crosse. Because I'm not going to be in La Crosse, here's what I want to do. I want to offer you a special opportunity. If you attend the La Crosse camp, April 14th and 15th, you go to postinstitute.com. postinstitute.com. Just read the little URL right there. Go there, check it out. If you attend La Crosse, then in November, when I will be in La Crosse, you can come and attend that camp that I'll be leading for $99. So that's like 2 camps for the price of 1. If you can't attend either of those, come see me in Raleigh. Like I said, I'll be leading that camp. It's the 13th and the 14th. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be life-transforming, relationship-enhancing. You'll learn everything about adopted children, trauma, stress, attachment that you ever needed to know. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be intense. I mean, just think about it. If you can learn more in 2 days than you've known in 5 to 7 years, don't you think that's going to be pretty gut-wrenching? It's going to be quite emotional. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be worth it. And I want you to do that. I want you to really take a chance, you know, make a commitment to yourself and to your family, to your child, to do something different than you've always done. Bishop T.D. Jakes says, if you always do what you've always done, you will always be where you've already been. It's time to do something different. Come see me at the camp that's coming up. Don't miss it. I want to see you there. And with that, I'll say you have 2 opportunities at any given moment. You can continue to react from fear, or you can choose love. Choose love. See you soon.